Welcome back to another special bonus boat episode of the Love Boat Project. I'm Mike Robertson, joined as always by Mike Taylor. And tonight we are talking about the season 4 premiere of Charlie's Angels. And Mike, did we just watch the greatest Love Boat episode of all time?
You know, it's funny. It's funny. There's so many. Without going into specifics, there's so many issues with this. I would say no, because they were only on it for half the episode.
Not even.
Barely.
As far as crossover episodes go, this was not a crossover.
This was not
like
a crossover.
This was like when you dribble with your left hand once. That was not a crossover.
There was no. This was not a crossover. This is not a proper. Like to me, the ultimate crossover, and this was when you had the Jetsons meeting the Flintstones. Ultimate. Yeah. Whoa! Fair. Worlds collide. This.
Yeah.
Was none of that. This was just.
And it was. They came in so hot. The title of this thing is called Love Boat Angels. So in my mind, I'm like, oh man, we are going to be getting like canon that we didn't even know about.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just a blatant. It bugs me, and I didn't look at the ratings, but I'm like, you just baited people into watching 2 hours of this garbage.
The ratings are a very interesting place to start. So let's give the basics. So this is a crossover episode, or at least that's how it's sold. This is the season premiere of Charlie's Angels, their 4th season, and it is a new angel. Shelley Hack is replacing
another thing.
Right, is replacing Kate Jackson. So they're now on their 4th and 5th angels.
4th and 5th, right.
And so that was a big deal. And so they have that plus this crossover episode, plus it's a 2-hour episode, plus they're going to the Caribbean.
Plus they disregard geography and you learn a little Latin.
Well, here, so this episode airs on Wednesday, the 12th of September. The first episode of our season, the Love Boat season, airs on Saturday, same week. So viewers who just leave ABC on for the whole week because there's no remote controls.
Nope.
Would have to buy that the Princess sails from Los Angeles to St. Thomas, which is through the Panama Canal. Which maybe isn't even go throughable at that point. I'm not sure.
We're watching it. I'm going, how is this happening? How is this happening?
And then they have to go from there to Alaska.
Yeah. They are.
No wonder Julie was so screwed up by the time she got to Chenault's house.
Maybe that that totem pole could allow them to teleport. I don't know what's really going on.
Maybe the totem pole was the Panama Canal.
It's funny. Actually, this morning, before I did my rewatch, I woke up anniversary weekend, turned on the TV to Sundance channel, and it happened to be an episode of the A-Team. Right? So I'm like, ooh, George Papard. And it was an episode of A-Team in which they went on a cruise ship, which was like, whoa, okay, I'm watching this. Dirk Benedict became the crew doctor. Hannibal was the pool boy. Mr. T was some weird VIP that they just kept in a wheelchair and out of sight.
Sure.
And
so he's cool with boats?
Well, he's not getting on no plane, Hannibal.
But they didn't have to trick him. They didn't have to trick him on the boat.
Princess Cruise Line, Hannibal. But the whole time I'm thinking, boy, it's bad if this makes more sense. If this has more to do with a cruise ship than the Love Boat Angels episode of Charlie's Angels, I feel like it was a bait and switch. It was barely a Love Boat.
It was barely a Love Boat episode. Yeah, and I think
Charlie's Boat Saturday. Like, it's just dumb.
Now, I will say that I feel like you're coming in a little disappointed because we didn't get a lot of Love Boat, and I will agree. I was surprised that we basically get one scene out of Julie and barely a scene out of Doc. We get a little bit of Gopher.
And stupid with Isaac too.
Stupid Isaac one.
Look like an idiot with the and no
Yeah.
laugh track.
That's the
Which is
weirdest part,
jarring,
actually, is
which
just
is
the no laugh
jarring.
track.
They couldn't even throw him a laugh track for the first. Anyway,
But I will say this, regardless of the Love Boat part, which again, I was hoping for a little bit more.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
This is the best thing that we have watched for this podcast.
It's been a long time since I've seen something this good.
I really wanted to go back and just do Charlie's Angels. I don't know if every Charlie's Angels is this good. I assume it's not, but this was good. And Bert Convy should have been the biggest star in the world.
I did a little deep dive on Bert Convy, and we will definitely get. But while we're here, Bert Convy, okay, and I totally agree with you. First thing I found out is he died when he was 57.
Yeah, he had a brain tumor.
Young.
Yeah.
I remembered him before looking him up from Win, Lose or Draw.
Yep.
He was the executive producer for like 530 episodes. I remember he hosted some, but Vicki Lawrence hosted others. He played first base for Philadelphia Phillies minor league affiliate in 1951. I don't know what league this is. It's the Klamath Falls Gems. From Class D, Far West League.
Oh, sure. I got there.
Cap.
I was going to say, it's I have a Mitchell and Ness throwback jersey for that.
It's just a gem, just a non-specific gem.
It's stalactite. It's crystal
wool cap.
Well, we talked about this when he was on last season on the Love Boat.
That's right.
Because he is I believe, the only stubby nominee. Although we do have a lot. Yeah, Danny Holt. But we do have a lot of Love Boat connections from seasons past and seasons current.
Yeah.
But he was amazing in that.
Yeah, he was.
And he was 10 times better in this. Like, if you told me, we're not doing Love Boat anymore, we're gonna do Soldier of Fortune with this guy, with Bert Convy and Bo Hopkins, I'm in. I'm in every day of the week. So.
I would try anything. I'd watch anything with Bert Convy in it. I love Bert Convy.
I'm so excited that he's on our show so many more times.
He's on 6 more times.
Yeah, which excites me.
Okay, well, I'm very happy. He's great. He's great. I was sad to hear he died so young.
Yeah. I remember when he died because he was hosting Win, Lose or Draw, and that was pretty. But I don't think I realize, you're young yourself, so you don't realize that he's young, but he always kind of looked the same, right? Like he looks in this the way he did when he died, kind of. But
I also feel like he just sort of, and I don't mean this in a bad way because I like him. He's so likable. Bert Convy sort of is Bert Convy.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
You know what I mean? And and I love it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we got the same thing with Hogan. You know what I mean? Like,
don't bring.
I'm not trying.
Don't bring up the worst rated episode in Love Boat history with this gem.
No, not as a whole. I'm just saying this: the way Bert Convy plays these characters in a guest starring role. He's a great guest star.
He really is.
He brings a lot to the table.
Yeah, and I think we kind of said it. Maybe even when he was on the show last time, where it's like, I don't know if too much of him would be too much of him. I don't know. Like, so he's smart to pop in and pop out, but like he carried this episode. I mean, he's in this thing as much as anybody. Like, it's him and Cheryl Ladd pretty much the whole time. But yeah, so let's give So the reason we're actually doing this, obviously, because we didn't have Charlie's Angels ever, I don't think, in our What Else Was On, because it's never on Saturdays. But this is the crossover episode, so obviously couldn't draw a straighter line between continuity for us to make an excuse to watch it.
Yeah.
The kind of synopsis, it was funny. Originally, the gimmick I was gonna come up with was give me the 30-second synopsis.
Oh. I can send you the end result, 30-second synopsis.
Yeah, good.
$1 million. There you go. That's it.
So basically, Bert Convy, and I really should know this already. Paul, right? Paul. Yeah. Is a
Paul Hollister.
Thank you, Paul Hollister. Yeah. Great soldier of fortune name.
Yeah.
But he's basically a soldier of fortune who steals $5 million of bric-a-brac. from a museum using his helicopter, and now he's taken the boat for some R&R. The Angels are hired by the insurance company of the museum to get the $5 million to basically get the stuff back, not necessarily to take Convy down.
Well, keep in mind his buddy Wes Anderson's with him too.
Oh, great sidekick.
Bo Hopkins,
like, why isn't this show Simon and Simon? No disrespect to Simon and Simon. Why isn't it Simon and Simon? Like, I would just, oh my God.
They were so good together. And they were such good
Bo Hopkins teammates. Is like the most perfect
he's number
sidekick
two. He's a perfect
where
he's
like casual, but like it means so much. Jesus,
like it's a meaningful role. He doesn't play the role of a sidekick.
Right.
With like the feeling that he thinks he's a sidekick. He plays it like confidently, like this is, I'm fine. There's no like, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
So,
Bo Hopkins is fantastic.
So the Angels, who literally are just getting to meet their new partner, Tiffany, that morning, are hired and have to get on.
They wrapped up that whole Kate Jackson thing very quickly, right? Oh, she got married and now she's having kids. Hey, Angels, guess what? Here comes the new... Was it contentious? I wonder. Like,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I looked up the end of the season prior, just on IMDb, just curious.
If there was continuity.
Clip show. Her last show was a clip show.
I saw that.
So
that can't be good. That can't be good.
That's why she went to do Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Well, it's funny. They said that there was a bit of a scene with a cruise ship. It was in one of those like trivia, at the bottom of one of these episodes, like linking. I don't know. I like Scarecrow and Mrs. King personally. I will say this is the difference between Love Boat and Charlie's Angels is there were like 15 things in the IMDb trivia for this episode, which was never the case for a Love Boat episode. Get one.
Yeah.
Get one thing a week.
One, and it's like these people starred in something else together.
It's just like, ugh.
But so the Angels are hired by Dick Sargent.
The original Darren. Get out of here.
Is he the original Darren or the second Darren? He's second Darren.
I thought he was original.
I thought he was second. Dick York was the...
Dick York
bad job by us. I feel like Dick York was older than Dick Sargent. I'm going to say... Plus, didn't Dick York die? Wasn't that the whole... I don't know. We're out of it. This isn't Bewitched. This isn't Bewitched Project. Yeah,
he's one of the Darrens. Okay.
He's one of the Darrens, and of course, he played the priest in the Christmas episode.
That's right.
All those years ago. Much different turn here. He is a smarmy insurance guy. But they have hired the Angels.
Check.
They have hired the Angels, and guess what? They're meeting on the Princess line because it's a short jaunt from Los Angeles to St. Thomas, which I looked it up just out of curiosity, and the Google search was literally thousands and thousands of nautical miles.
They're just like unavailable. It says
it's like trails. Asking how to get to the moon on a boat.
Yeah, I was just like, and I remember saying that. I was like, what? Even with the Panama Canal, right? I was like, did they go around the Strait of Hormuz? How did they do this?
You basically have to go to the bottom of North America and the top of South America.
Maybe.
Basically.
Or you're going around the Falkland Islands. I don't know what you're going to do. That's a long trip.
And it's like nobody.
But why? But why? You didn't even have why did they have to go to the Caribbean?
Well,
why was that set in stone?
Well, because that's
right. I mean, it could have. They didn't have to be
because now hold on. Now wasn't so Convy and Bo Hopkins are on the ship after they knock over this art. Which, by the way, we got like a 7-minute crime to start this episode with a helicopter and that guy
out of that helicopter. Holy crap.
And that guy who, when I first watched it, I thought he was dying in a burning car, but then I realized that they had just set his engine on fire. So.
Oh, I like when they were about to hook the rope up to the back of the truck, and the guy was just standing there sneakily with a bundle of
and they're all wearing they're all wearing what are they wearing, like tap shoes? Like every time they walk, it's like clickety clack.
Why are you wearing office shoes to a caper? What's going on?
But it's a successful caper, which again, Bert Convy literally takes the stolen goods and helicopters them out and then drops them into the truck. So it's quite a daring.
It's quite daring.
But I think the reason they end up on the boat is because Bert Convy's going on the boat, as he said many times, for a little R&R in the high seas.
Well, no, but he went on the boat to go get to the place to go recover the thing. But I'm
No,
saying,
I
why couldn't they have it
understand
off the coast? I buried
because
it. See, that's where the ship sank.
why did he do it? Because that's what the
No,
ship
but
sank. Right.
I think
Yeah.
that they could have. What I'm saying is, and my point is, if they really wanted to, right? They could.
Who is they? Before you say that, is this the show? Is this the Charlie's Angels?
Yeah,
Okay.
Charlie.
Yeah,
If Charlie's Angels, the show really
okay.
wanted to. My point is,
this all could have happened on the Pacific coast
within the context of a
yes.
love boat. That's my whole point. I thought they just, it's just.
Do you think they bought the steel drums and they were like, we gotta use them? Because everything else, you're right, it could have been anywhere. Like, so
they could have put oil in that thing. Like, let's cook some potatoes. Like, I don't know what else to. But it was so inconsistent. And it said Los Angeles, and then the stuff that they were everything was stamped Los Angeles, whether it was coming from Los Angeles or not coming to Los Angeles. Did you notice that?
Well, because it was going to Los Angeles.
But what did they pick up out of the truck?
Okay.
See what I mean?
No. They explained it at the end. So Bert Convy,
muddled.
what really here we got. We're Pulp Fiction in this, guy. Sorry, spoiler if you didn't watch it.
Sorry.
Bert Convy. There's the ship fire, right?
Right.
He steals the actual stuff then and throws it overboard.
Right. Sinks it.
And then he puts other stuff in. That stuff goes to Los Angeles. He then steals that.
I didn't think you put more stuff in.
Yeah, because remember when they were like, and the security guy said he heard somebody jump overboard, but then they looked and all the stuff was there. So that's what he did. So now how the hell they did that, that's very impressive. But
you blew the side of a boat open and they're like, that's okay. Nothing's missing.
Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. I'm sure nobody fell in the water. We shouldn't check for anybody.
No. Okay. It was just a little muddled.
Yeah.
The whole thing was muddled. Let's just be honest. It wasn't.
But the Angels are hired to go. So Dick Sargent is the slimy insurance guy, and he doesn't really care about arresting Paul Hollister, who is on this boat with all of them, because he wants to get the property back quickly and quietly.
Well, Mike, it's like I always say, utilitas ante ius datitiam.
Oh, you mean expedience over justice?
That's exactly what I mean, Mike.
Sorry, my mom was a Latin teacher. So you know what? So let's do this. How much Charlie's Angels have you ever seen, actually?
I've watched a few episodes in my time growing up.
I don't know that I've ever actually seen a full episode. Certainly not with this crew.
No, I think it was something that was just on.
Yeah.
It didn't seem right.
But she seemed, you know what's funny is she seemed fine the Tiffany, Shelley Hack seemed fine the first half. And then the second half that felt more like, at one point I thought her and McNair were going to hook up. Like I wasn't sure what was going on.
He's got the oysters ready to go.
Oh, sorry. You know? I apologize. Stubby Winner is on this show. My apologies.
As horny as
David Doyle.
David Doyle. Yeah. There was that moment, and he was just like went in there, and I'm like, here goes David Doyle. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan, and I wasn't not a fan of Charlie's Angels. If it was on, it was on.
Yeah.
My whole thing was just, why would you hire them? Like they didn't in the course of this episode. They didn't really do anything.
Well, no. Okay. So,
I mean, if you really, did she remove boat keys? Yeah. But I mean,
well, hold on now. Cheryl Ladd had to use her womanly ways
the whole time.
But she got the client.
Joined the bad guys.
She got the client the stuff. They did do their job. It's not her fault that she fell in love on the way. It's the Love Boat, man. What are you going to do? Even in the Caribbean, it's the Love Boat.
Maybe that's the Love Boat part right there. That's their influence.
Well, they didn't get married, though.
No.
That's the one couple I wish had gotten married. Well, you know what happened? They spent too much time together. They knew each other too well. They couldn't get married.
Well, plus they spent so much money on that helicopter shot. Who can afford a wedding scene?
You know what? The definition of brazen is that heist in the middle of the sunniest day in Los Angeles Harbor.
It's the weirdest thing ever. Like You have a truck hanging from a helicopter. What? Maybe all the radio waves were out that day. No one could communicate via telephone. Hey, a security truck was just picked up by a helicopter.
So
Very brazen. Sorry.
no, it's fine. So we can actually wrap up all the Love Boat stuff kind of in this segment because really the boat takes off, and except for a shoddy captain's dinner, there's really not a lot of crew stuff. So,
well, just the fact that there was no laugh track in the episode was jarring. None of the stuff hit, you know?
I think the director was a guy that directed Love Boats, though. So at least, because I think that's all the Spelling family, right? So I think he at least knew it shot like it wasn't like I was almost expecting there to be some weird camera angle that we've never seen before or something like that, and that wasn't it. So
the only thing I thought was weird was the and I'm nitpicking again, is that scene with Doc with the spilling of the drink on his,
because it's the most we've seen Isaac pour a drink.
Well, that, and I'm just like, and I kind of want to know what the drink was.
Green. It was green.
But you never see.
I think it was a Shamrock Shake.
Oh, I do like a Shamrock Shake. But it was just an odd, like, if you're not going to feature them, at least give them something. And I think the only thing they gave them in this episode was just garbage.
So it was interesting because before we watched it, and we knew when we were watching it, I was like, oh, you know what's going to happen? We're going to know. I was half expecting it to be like season 2 Julie Hair.
Yeah.
Like I was almost thinking like they just shot it real quick. This is definitely shot now, in season 3.
Yeah.
It's probably, my guess is they probably did it right before they went to Alaska or right after. So, but they clearly shot everything in about 10 minutes. So
they didn't. I had a hard time getting past the whole LA to the Caribbean that nobody talked about, and the quickness of it.
But you know what's funny? The first time watching it, it didn't hit me until they actually got there. That I was like, wait a minute, Caribbean.
How the hell?
I don't know why. They kept saying Caribbean. Like by the way, Charlie, like, how about giving these girls some heads up, man? They gotta
something.
He's blabbering on about, hey girls, is that a knock on the door? Like, how about let's start with, hey, pack a bag for somewhere warm. You're going somewhere in 2.5 hours.
What was the gimmick? Why couldn't he show his face again? What was it?
Because he was married. He was married to Norm. I don't know what
it's John Forsythe, right?
Yeah, very obviously it's John Forsythe. Yeah,
but I don't know.
But they were clearly playing it up because the two established angels were trying to get Tiffany to spill if her dad knew anything about him.
He showed the picture.
Yeah.
Did they ever show who Charlie was? Maybe at the end of the series.
I'm telling you, this is the most Charlie's Angels I've ever seen, so I have no idea.
I wonder.
And then the weird part is, I know we're going all over the place, but just a reminder, this is how they use bonus episodes work. We're not doing shot for shot because we'd be here for 6 days.
We can't. No. It'll be a 7-hour episode.
This thing's available on YouTube. You should all go look it up.
Please.
But Shelley Hack only lasts this one season. They replace her at the end of this season.
Who did she
which is weird.
With?
I think it's Tanya Roberts.
Oh, yeah. I think she had like 12, or I don't know how many episodes, 21 episodes, something like that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Now we will see her on our show at the end of this season.
I thought she was fun. I'll tell you what. I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't. It was weird. I felt like she didn't really fit.
I just felt like she was really good in the first half, and then the second half it got weird, and I don't know if that was a character choice or what. But
she just disappeared. She didn't have anything to do.
Well, that's the thing too. They stuck her with Bosley.
$2 an hour,
which was basically just the Moss Eisley scene.
Right. He's watching that with one eye and going, "All right,
yeah, good enough."
Do we have a guy who looks like a walrus? Hello.
Even the point where they show up at the end, it's basically their Han Solo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but that's the Lubbo stuff. We do get Steubing at the captain's table with the girls, and this is the whole hook is that Cheryl Ladd, Chris, is going to make contact with Paul Hollister, invite him to the captain's table, and that got settled pretty quick. It sounds like Paul's got a type.
Like pretty much completely naked. for the majority of the episode. And boy, Bert Convy, he was not
shy about popping that top. No.
Staring.
No.
He was just like just staring a hole in her.
Well,
jeez, no wonder
he's a man of fine taste.
Spilled green drink. He was like, "Good Lord, this really."
Yeah, I was saddened to see that Cheryl Ladd will never be on the Love Boat, which I found shocking.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Well, I wonder if Kate Jackson will ever be on the Love Boat.
So
I know she's CBS with that. So I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. It is weird because like Jacqueline Smith was on our second ever episode.
That's right, with her then husband, I believe, right?
Yeah, Dennis Cole, who got progressively worse as we've seen him.
Oh yeah, never mind. Dennis Cole
yeah,
worse.
But
the inconsistent Dennis Cole. Yeah,
I think we've talked about this because you've brought it up recently, and I think you're right in that the other networks maybe aren't going to get the shine. But for an ABC show, the fact that Kate Jackson wasn't on already is weird.
Yeah.
Especially because you have the ability to do this crossover episode, but they did it as soon as she left. So maybe her and Steubing had some problems.
She was friends with Stacy.
What do you think?
She chose Stacy.
What do you think Steubing knew? Anything?
Nothing,
right? Like they didn't fill him in on anything.
No, you just give him some nonsense. He doesn't need to know anything.
Yeah.
Why would you involve loose lips sink ships and he's a captain? You don't want to sink that ship.
That's true, especially on the Caribbean.
Especially in the Caribbean. So is that fresh water? Is that how it is when you're not in the Pacific? Caribbean fresh water?
How much gas? Where are they gassing up? Where are they stopping?
I don't know. It doesn't gas balloons. I don't know how they're doing. It doesn't make any sense.
And then the fact that they had to turn around and go to Alaska is just oh my god.
It's insulting.
Oh,
Did you turn around and go to Alaska for Julie to get her heart broken after she's traveled how many nautical miles?
Everybody's going to be sick. Oh. No wonder Doc got sick.
Imagine shots you'd have to get.
Climates.
Where are you going? Anywhere from Mexico to Alaska, and then also the Caribbean and Central America. They're like, you need
also 20, Vancouver.
20 shots.
Don't forget, shout out Vancouver. Yeah, that was the real only Love Boat like canon thing that we will be able to take from this. But it was a doozy. I was shocked, and none of these. So basically, after the captain's dinner, that's it for Love Boat.
Yeah, no more.
Nothing.
They
don't even reference. The only reference was the purser. Not even Burl, just the purser. So.
We did get 2 ticker tape scenes though.
Yeah, a lot of ticker tapes.
It was kind of a meaningless.
So I was just gonna say. So just to kind of move us a little bit. So long story short, at this point now. So the henchmen that helped with the thieving,
they were great,
are also on the boat, and this is a surprise to Bert Convy. He's not real thrilled with this. He doesn't like to have somebody looking over his shoulder.
Man.
But these henchmen were sent by DeMargarine.
Whoever sits in the back of a 70-something Cadillac and a tropical island, and he had a phone in there. I don't know who that guy was.
The margarine, of course, means the butter. but so do you know who that was?
No, I'm looking now to see.
Star of season 3, episode 2. You didn't recognize him because he wasn't in his wheelchair with a bunch of hat boxes on top of him.
Is it Barry Sullivan?
It was Philip Schaefer, the man from the guy who had the Gentleman's Gentleman this season.
That's right, Philip Schaefer.
Yeah. I thought he was really good as a villain.
I did too. He was great. He was great. Yeah. You know what it was? It was the mustache.
Yeah, he was, and he had a little hat.
Yeah,
he was good.
He was good.
Yeah,
I missed that. Okay.
Yep. So the butter is the villain, the head villain here. The margarine. But they basically, the henchmen are there to kind of speed this along because Bert Convy stole everything and he's going to fence it, but he's not moving quick enough for the margarine. And they don't like it. But you know what? What are you going to do? Blow me away? So
I just loved that he was like, we paid you a lot of money to steal this item, and he said, Paul Hollister's like, no, I understand that. And when I'm ready, I'll bring it to you. I'd be like, what kind of crazy deal? What kind of lunatic are you, Paul Hollister? Jesus.
I play by my own rules.
Like, no one talks to the margarine like that. Are you crazy?
I feel like it was very... I mean, to be fair, Jacqueline Smith also talked to the Butterman like that.
She did. The Butterman did nothing.
The best part with him is at the end when they're all wrapping it up, and basically all the angels are there. There's guns ablazing, all this stuff,
Little
and
guns
they're all
ablazing too.
they're all cornered, and you just see the margarine man. It's just like shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, but no one wants to shoot because they all have guns trained on him. So, but the margarine man,
because he's too slippery everywhere.
Right.
He can't. My hands are made of margarine.
the butter. He hires Hollister to steal all this art that he has all these like various haunts around the world that he has the art basically to himself. So he's just somebody who likes to gawk at art in the privacy of his own home. Yeah. But you know what Bert Convy gets off on? Stealing things that can't be stolen.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else he likes? Helping innocent people from Hanoi. Okay.
Yeah. And tall blondes. And Cheryl Ladd. He likes Cheryl Ladd too.
Mm-hmm.
So
in bikinis. That's what Bert Convy likes. And
so
shirts.
And I guess this is where me never seeing a Charlie's Angels kind of, I didn't know if this was like it's always a good guy situation. So Convy and Bo Hopkins are basically like Robin Hood, that they're stealing from. They're stealing using those monies to then help transport people out of bad scenarios. They mention Saigon and they have some other spots, but they're basically.
His name is no good in that part of the world, so now I just have to bankroll the operation.
That's right. You know why? Because I'm persona non grata.
Paul Hollister's not welcome in that hemisphere. I don't know what he did, but good Lord, he can't go back.
He will not be taking photos for some of your finer magazines. So.
Notice how Paul Hollister's hair does not move. Underwater, on top of water, or in windless cruise. That dude's hair is just, that is a hairstyle. And I'm not saying because it's stylish. It just doesn't move.
Yeah. It was funny, too, because, like, the Margarine Man's henchmen are all just the gruffest looking guys ever. Oh. So, meanwhile, Convy and Hoskins are just, like, Convy's in his suit. Hoskins is, like wearing his Parker Stevenson out. Like, like I said, should have been.
Relaxed. Just should have been a shirt. Relaxed on the beach. Yeah. Or on the ship. Yeah. Let me just say, too, that these henchmen were the worst at following people. Like, they're the worst followers ever. I've never seen anything like it. So close.
Yeah, they're just literally standing in like the they're like standing in the lobby, very easily disguised in tuxedos. Those guys look real natural, like a wrestling wedding. Like those guys are just wearing tuxes.
I was looking for like Mr. Wrestling 1 to show up. Yeah, you turn around, they're right behind you, but when you turn around, they turn around.
Yeah.
Like we see you in your 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Convy tells them to beat feet. They're like, he did. Watch your mouth, and they give him the classic like punch in the gut. we get Cheryl Ladd pulling a gun, which was great. Just So
like, whoa! What do you? Relax.
So is that the second gun? How many guns since the first one have we had? I know you don't like guns on the boat. I was trying to think.
Guns on the boat. I mean, we've got skeet shooting. If we're counting.
But was there any crime boats? I feel like we're missing one, right?
Isn't that one guy brought it on to kill that guy on Christmas?
Is that it? The caper crew? No. I'm just trying to think if we've had a gun. I feel like
gun.
That's
very
crazy.
Few guns. I don't want guns on the boat.
So this was
you bring guns to Charlie's Angels. That's where we are. But
but we're on the boat.
Of guns. Yeah, we're on the boat. It's a little weird.
Do you think that Convy would have kept going until they started singing Silent Night? You know, it's funny. Dick Sargent was in that. Is Dick Sargent like Charlton Heston? Like I gotta have guns in my episodes.
I need a gun in every episode.
Oh God.
Yeah, that is I just want to say this again. Good Lord. The hiring of these Charlie's Angels, and it just is, they just seem inept. They seem inept. They can't get anything done here.
But they got everything done.
No, they didn't get it done. It got done organically, and they happen to be in the same orbit of a solution of this whole issue being resolved.
I will say if you want to like
But
rank the three, even the four, we'll let Bosley in there too. I will say Cheryl Ladd does about 80% of the work.
absolutely, this should be Charlie's Angel. That's what it
And
should be.
then
Love Boat
I'm going to
Angel.
say Tiffany does about 10 because she thinks to write down the license plate. She goes to the DMV. They go to
She
the
did
boat.
grab the boat
Yeah.
keys too. Yeah.
I'll say Jacqueline Smith does 7 or 8% because she thinks to like, she doesn't get killed by the
She doesn't,
margarine man.
and
So,
she doesn't speak Latin. So
yeah.
there's
And Bosley damn near blows up the whole operation because apparently you, as a detective agency who has people who constantly are going undercover, they are the most easy to find. In 1979,
yeah.
everyone on this show looked them up and found out they were detectives.
You know what
Like
it was?
everybody.
They had a big Yellow Pages ad with their pictures. Coming soon, a new angel. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like, wait a minute. Why did Bosley go? I don't even understand why he was there.
Well, he was
added
running the
nothing.
fence. It sounds like he was like running the fence with that Eleanor, whatever, the lady in the sunglasses. So he was theoretically running that end of it.
So
I guess that's why he was there.
Is
But
Charlie the director and he's the man? Like, what's the structure here? Charlie's obviously it's his.
Right. I think Charlie's in charge, although
that was my whole goal.
But he did stuff like when they got the names of the thugs, he was the one who was going to at least look them up, or
Charlie was.
He seems a little more involved.
What's Bosley doing? That's why I don't know what
I think Bosley's like the guy on the ground, right? Like but I've never seen one. Like I don't
look like a soldier of fortune or somebody. He doesn't look athletic at all. I don't understand what he's doing.
I assumed before watching the first Charlie's episode I've really watched that he would have been back in the offices doing all that stuff.
That's what I would think.
And then Charlie's just the money man who like gives the voiceover at the beginning of the episode to tell you what's going on.
I mean, it's Charlie's Angels. You don't see like the cover thing isn't like the three girls and then Bosley in the background. Like there's no.
Well, and he's just so David Doyle. Like when the reason that Bo is sitting there with the lady who's going to fence the stuff for them, and this cab pulls up and it's David Doyle. Like, hey, girls!
Hey, girls! It's good to see you.
It's like, and they very easily put together that
they're hugging
that's the person.
Street.
Yeah,
there's no
a little more clandestine operation.
Means.
Well, it's like, listen. If Paul Hollister's a bad dude, and I think Bo Hopkins wanted Bert Convy to kill her when they went diving,
sure.
Like,
well, that's why he gave her the shiny knife.
You're putting people in danger.
You really are.
So just be a little more clandestine, Charlie. You're so concerned about protecting yourself, but you're not protecting your staff here at all.
He's just unless he's like a specialist. That's the only thing I can think. Like they bring him in for, I don't know. Like, remember when they brought Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction as the cleaner?
Yeah, he's not the cleaner.
Bosley is
so what did Bosley do?
Hey,
all he did, he couldn't even like wrangle a boat for them.
No. He was going to overpay by $2, $4 an hour. What?
I don't have that kind of money. I have all these dates later.
Let me bargain with you. I'm like,
you're a stubby winner, sir. Come on.
Show some respect. $4. Come on. The statue itself's worth more than $4.
Oh my
Come
God,
on.
Exactly. It would be great if he just had it. If he just had it in his bag.
Just pulls out the stubby.
So at some point we get to the point where it comes out that Bert Convy is a good person doing bad things to do better things. And so Cheryl Ladd's kind of feeling, away, but there's never really an opportunity for action to be taken because
something always happens.
Yeah, exactly. Like the thugs at one point kidnap him and take him back to DeMargarine, who kind of vaguely threatens him, but that's where we get that great bricker explanation.
Why does he pours him a beer? He's drinking like a fresh beer, and he's like, again. When I'm ready, you'll get your stuff. I'm like, this guy.
Convy feels like
is just.
He is right though. He is right though that he does have the upper hand. Now I understand at some point DeMargarine would have killed him, but it's like it is $5 million that if you kill me, you'll never get back.
Yeah.
Like, so he
He's
did
like,
have
I don't
some.
care. I'm the DeMarjorie. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Yeah, I get it.
So that goes nowhere, and now we start to get. I feel like Dick Sargent was playing you in this a little bit in terms of like he was starting to question the Angels' methods. So,
He's like, "What? You guys aren't even doing anything. What?"
well, to be
All you
fair,
guys do is-
two
all
of
you
the
guys do is-
three Angels were going to the beach like most
I was
of the
just going
time.
to say, they were like, "Oh, cool, sweet, we can go back to the beach."
Like, shouldn't it have been? Shouldn't it have been like, okay, Cheryl Ladd's got Bert Convy. Once it's established that those thugs were somebody, shouldn't they just have been on the thugs the whole time?
What's the point of having three people
Right.
if you're not going to utilize three fucking people? Pardon my French, but it was
it
was ridiculous, and that's
like they would have known if they would have tailed
in to not do, like, nobody's doing anything.
If they would have tailed
the tailors,
right? But then at least they would have been able to know where Bert Convy got taken when they went to DeMarjorie.
No, but they. Well,
so,
and then the lipstick X thing, that's a whole nother thing too that we'll get to. It's just a series of fortunate events is all it was. It's just
so once this happens where Convy is taken away, Dick Sargent starts talking about his backup plan, his contingency plan. And so his contingency plan, once they get Bert Convy back, if they ever get him back, is that he's just going to give him $1 million in exchange for the $5 million of gold and bronze.
That's right, Mike. Utilitas ante istitigium.
So this is where I got,
yeah.
This is where I got a little confused again, not knowing a lot about Charlie's Angels. Is they're not cops, so while they make a kind of an attempt to say, "Oh, wait, you should, do this the right way for what you hired us for," they don't really care, right? They're getting their money either way.
Well,
so
he's like, nah. Well,
I'm the client. Don't call the cops.
Yeah. How much did he pay him?
Well, let's see.
To hire Charlie's Angels.
Well, let's think about it. I mean, just the cost, just the itemized bill.
For the cruise.
Well, but that's not $39 to go to the Pacific.
That's like
from
a
the
$70 cruise. Yeah,
it's like poor Larry Storch would have missed Halloween, Christmas.
He wouldn't know.
Like...
I'm missing my family. I should have brought another chicken on the boat.
These chickens are getting sick at the Panama Canal.
Where's it, Tony?
Yeah.
Tony's 27 years old by the time they're done with this trip.
Yeah. But I feel like they can't say it, and maybe it's just always part of the plot. I don't know. Like, I mean, I wonder how many Charlie's Angels involve one of the three ladies seducing somebody, right? Because
if it's every episode.
Well, and maybe it is.
Like,
I doubt it. But
another prostitution sting this week. Are we getting tired of this?
But it's like, I think you hire Charlie's Angels because you are not trying to arrest Paul Hollister. You are trying to do exactly what. Right. And so I do think that was a smart hire by Dick Sargent.
Well, I wonder if he just paid all that money to, like, establish contact with him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if he's on the boat, right, and he knows what he looks like, and let's say Darren's on the boat, why doesn't he just walk up to him and go, look?
Because he doesn't even... Because he wants the stuff. I think the ultimate goal,
it makes sense to me now,
for Dick Sargent was he wanted to know where the stuff was and make the deal.
Yeah.
To get it back or whatever. And don't forget, spoiler, at the end, he had fake money. So in his mind,
something in that suitcase.
You think it was a track? I think it was fake money. No, I think it was fake money.
Or an IOU $1 million.
You know what it was? It was the guy who stole the money. It was all those loose bills.
That's what it was.
It was Bill Converse. It was all I assumed it was fake. I did think the only thing they didn't do was there's no way Paul Hollister doesn't pop that case back open.
He's too savvy for that.
I mean, he caught the serial numbers being sequential, but he's not going to pop it back open.
Come on, bro.
Because that's why Dick Sargent runs off the boat real quick.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm going to be murdered by this guy if I don't get
his cheers. He just
he's like, I got to go.
He took one sip of his Midori melon ball and put it right back down. He's like, I got to go. No more melon ball for me.
So the YouTube clip that we watched had no commercials.
Boy, and the sound was crazy on it.
The sound got very weird. So the sound gets weird when the margarine.
I'm watching the Kennedy assassination.
I know.
Trying to tune in.
The margin is tired of waiting around. There was a point where the guys kind of went after him, and there was a whole car chase, and this is when they kind of end up on the salvage boat, which eventually leads to the deep sea diving, and they lose them. But the margin's like, this is ridiculous. Let's go find the friends. And they get on the boat. Great job stooping with your security. Like, it's so fun.
No problem.
Although I guess these guys are ticketed, right? So I guess technically they're I mean, DeMargarine's not. But,
DeMargarine's not, but you got it. But there's no security. It is a free for all.
So Jacqueline Smith and Dick Sargent are still in the room because Bosley and Tiffany went to go check out something
to go get her confidence back. So dumb.
And DeMargarine and the crew come in, and they kind of threaten Jacqueline Smith into telling them where Bert Convy is. She doesn't really know, but she says she'll take him to you, but you have to promise to let everybody go. Chris at least.
Boy, and what a guess. Boy, she should play the lottery.
Well, I guess she got the phone call about the boat stuff from Bosley and Tiffany right before that. So but still, it was pretty impressive that everybody found each other.
But Bosley and Tiffany, they saw because Jacqueline Smith put the X on the thing.
Right, but you're saying the guess.
Bosley and Tiffany saw it after
right, but if the guess was wrong, then they're all wrong, right? I mean, I assume she told them.
The Jacqueline Smith, but I don't know why Jacqueline Smith would pick that place.
Because she put together that she got the phone call about the
abduction, that one thing,
right? And I think she put it together pretty quick. She came off as the person who actually put the stuff together in this episode.
That's very odd and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Her and
DeMargarine's move to just be like, "This is where we are."
Yeah, her and the Margarine Man had a real powerful scene where they're going back and forth, and I wish I had written it down, but it was something like he's like, "You know what I like about you, Kelly? When the chips are on the table and your back's against the wall, you are a straight shooter," or something like that. So,
what? And again, she had a tiny little gun.
Yeah, very tiny, like she was guns. Mae West or something. Like
just
she was,
pew 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 pew. Yeah.
But so they're off now to chase Bert Convy and Bo Hopkins.
2 boats off now.
Right. And then, like we said, Bosley and Tiffany bought the Millennium Passage on the Millennium Falcon. So 3 boats are in the water. 2 of them are chasing the Bert Convy salvage boat, which is going to salvage the actual treasure that he had dumped way back a couple weeks ago, not what we saw at the beginning of the episode. And this is where I think Bo wants him to kill Cheryl Ladd.
He goes, it's so funny too, because he asked her, "Have you ever scubaed?" She's like, "Oh, just maybe once or twice." And she's putting on her air thing, checking her regulator like she's a dive instructor.
Yeah.
Everything's good. Okay, good. And I'm going off. I'm like wait a minute.
Like I haven't used one of those things in a long time, and I remembered this thing.
Yeah,
that was about it. And she's doing like 10 of the things.
It's like checking pressure and doing this. Like, what?
Yeah, she's got her own tank. Like it's like when you show up with your own bowling ball or something.
Yeah, Yeah. So she gets in the water, which I thought was weird. Why didn't they get in the water at the same time? But she gets in the water, and then our boy Bo is like straight up hands Paul the shiniest knife I've ever seen. So God only knows what's going to happen underwater in the depths. So what they go down.
How hard is it to stab somebody underwater, though?
That's got to be hard to do.
Wouldn't you? Do you think he was going to cut the? Do you think he was going to cut the air tank?
Well, at first I was like, "Oh, is there a line?" Like, no, she had a back thing on.
Yeah,
maybe it's just to cut. I could see if it was one of those sea helmet things. You just cut the thing, and I'm like, "Oh no, maybe he's about to stab her," which makes sense. And before we get to the stabbing or the attempted stabbing, I just want to say they swam forever
Yeah, it was a long scene.
Why is it
But it's just like,
so
on the
far
rewatch,
away?
I
Like,
buzzed. On the rewatch, I buzzed through that one. I
I
was
was
like, I
like,
can pick
what
up
are we
5 minutes
doing?
here.
I feel like I was on a Jacques Cousteau documentary. I'm like, all right, he hooks some balloon up, and as soon as he hooks the balloon up to raise it, out comes the knife, and he's swimming at her like this.
Do
And
you
I'm
think?
dying because I'm like, number one, that's just not very, you're not going to go very fast, right? Like,
No.
it just killed me. So dumb.
Well, and the thing is,
It,
too, like, really, really,
like showing your cards.
if you're going to kill her, just kill her on the boat and
It should
throw
have
her
already
overboard.
happened.
Right?
Yeah.
It was.
I
I don't think his
anybody
heart. I don't
dies
think
on
his
these
heart
shows.
was in it. Well, that was my other question too. Does
Nobody
anybody
dies on
actually
this.
die? Yeah.
Well, and that's why I thought about A-Team, because no one ever
Right.
died on the A-Team. Just things
Yeah.
would flip.
Because they were like 40. There were like 400 shots taken in
I
that
was
boat
thinking that too.
scene. So.
The only thing that got damaged was a flag. You know, and it just
Well,
pew 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 pew.
and
These people are the worst.
they didn't highlight it, but I'm pretty sure DeMargin got hit in the spine, which is why he's in a wheelchair when we saw him in a few weeks. So.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I see. So they're on the boat, and the other people come, and then the rental boat gets there. There's so many shots, which I thought Bo Hopkins was not messing around. That dude pulled out an M16.
Oh my god, he was like, "Hold
like,
on."
oh.
He's like, "Let me get this from the place I got this knife." Hold on, it's like
No
murder
kidding.
bag.
I was like, well, dude, Bo Hopkins is about to take out everybody. And he could have too. Something
They were selling. Well, I think it's like,
were
the
pirates,
gun was
basically.
wet or something like that. But yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
No.
nobody got shot except for the guy in the spine. It just there was this action scene that a lot of things looked like they were happening, but not a lot was really happening.
like we didn't even get like a comical thing where Dick Sargent falls in the water trying to get away or something
No.
like that from just gunshots. Like so.
No
Everyone was
involvement
very
in-
smarmy in this. Like
Yeah.
almost everyone had like a double life. So
everybody was lying in this one.
It
Everyone
really
had,
was.
like come
Yeah.
with me kind of energy. Yeah, it was very. I mean, to your point, they did deliver the goods.
yeah.
I mean,
Ultimately, the plan
guy
worked. If
got-
you want to say it was a Star Wars plan, that's fair. But I
Cost
do
that guy
think,
a lot of money.
yeah. So,
I mean, a ton.
so do they? So does the Margarine Man's crew get arrested for anything?
who?
Right. So,
No,
like,
they're probably still after him.
right.
Like, why would they stop? Why
Right,
would
and
they
they're
stop
still
now?
there. Like, why? When see, that would have been a twist, as they're pulling away and they're waving goodbye, and then all of a sudden you just see poor Bert Convy gets killed by the
Just
Margarine
taking out
Man.
the boat explodes. Yeah, they didn't wrap up anything as far as like Bert Convy. I mean, Paul Hollister better look over his shoulder.
I assume
with
he's
Bo
always looking
Hopkins.
over his shoulder.
Well, it's true. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah,
Bo's always ready.
yeah.
I
I mean,
love
Bo
Hopkins,
popped
dude.
into that first fight pretty quick. He knew,
He doesn't mess around. He's got your
And-
back.
and
always.
you want a friend that will give you a shiny knife to kill the girl you're in love with.
and twist it so that yes, no one dies, no one really gets injured.
No, I guess the only injury was to Chris Monroe's heart because
Well, she doesn't like saying goodbye.
no, Convy's like, all right, see ya.
Bye.
Almost gave her a Mike Dexter goodbye. So
No kidding. See ya. Just
the only thing was that, so Sergeant does the $1 million thing,
yeah.
but he was gonna give him something, whether it was a gag briefcase
That's
or
not the
fake
move of an
money.
insurance guy. Was he really an insurance guy? Because that seems awfully shady. To
I
do that.
think anybody whose client, quote unquote, wants to keep it out of the news has been like told that he can go to whatever means are necessary. So I don't know if that speaks of Eastern Insurance or of him himself or of the Wellington Group. All of which
Well,
are, possibilities.
Unless he worked for Margarine's rival, Honey Butter.
No. Country crock.
Country crock. Just all these cranberry muffins that work for him. Yeah. What was it? It was statues, right? They never
It
showed
was.
I wanted to see the damn statues.
Well, okay. So when Dick Sargent, when the girls get on the boat and he's kind of giving them the itinerary and everything, he says he has the catalog of all the merchandise, which I guess theoretically would have been necessary if they were trying to track it down. Like, this really worked out well for them in that
it couldn't have worked out better.
It was in a place they ended up at. Like, theoretically, if he had stashed this back in LA,
right,
and they left LA, like, this would have been an interesting. They would have had to go all the way back around. So, and probably ended up in Vancouver.
I didn't even dawn on me. As soon as he saw those guys in that cruise, why didn't he abandon what he was doing there with the stuff and just go, wait, let me just wait then. Let me hold off and wait. Because he kept talking about waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
Because the cruise was on, but he didn't see him until the cruise was on sale.
So let me ask you. So he was going to give that to Margarine, right? That was part of the plan. He was going to.
The real plan or
his real plan?
His real
plan.
Paul Hollister's real plan was he's going to go to the Caribbean
via ship,
pull up the real artifacts,
get the $5 million,
get the $3 million from the fencer, and then go back to LA, take the fake stuff that he had hidden, and take that then back to DeMargarine. So he was going to go back to DeMargarine a second time. $8
million, but 5 of it's going to be for something that's not even real.
Right.
Well, talk about burning a bridge, Paul Hollister.
Well, that's why he's persona non grata in Saigon.
Maybe he did the same thing to whoever the margarine was over there in the Far East.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, his girlfriend and Bo Hopkins' wife got killed, so I understand why he's like not fucking around with these people. Like,
I heard Ice Pick from Magnum PI is no fan of Paul Hollister.
Yeah, it was great. It was. I thought it was great. I really thought it was great. I enjoyed watching this so much.
Of like, don't get me wrong. I love things like this. It was just the fact that they used the Love Boat title again just kind of bugged me. And again, it's because I have certain loyalties after we're in the midst of this project.
It would have been neat if there was a little more Love Boat.
Yes.
Because I will say this, we are going
Julie hostage. Do something.
We are going to make much more thin connections between what we're watching and Love Boat, right?
Yes.
And so this one felt like, oh, this is easy, and it is. And it is. This is we had to do this. Yeah. This is easy, but it was about as minimalist as I expected it to be. I really thought they couldn't even get through the whole first episode. I figured it was like one of those. They'll be on the first episode when they get off the boat. That'll be the end of it. And then maybe they'd be back on at the end. But
it's just the actions of our beloved cast had nothing to do with this episode at all.
No, it really did. Not even the captain's table. The only thing the captain's table did was get Paul Hollister involved, but he was already hitting on her.
Yeah, they were already. Yeah, it was a stretch, and I do wonder if it was just an attempt to.
Well, so do you think so?
Grab?
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. So originally I was like, oh, is this giving shine to the Love Boat? I think it was giving shine to Charlie's Angels.
It was. I think Charlie's Angels was taking the shine.
So this episode was the highest rated show of that week on television. It was the last time Charlie's Angels ever reached that.
Wow. I mean, and 14 million people can't be wrong on a Saturday.
And so I do wonder, when we get to at some point this season, we'll pull the ratings for this season. I do wonder where Charlie's Angels actually is, and
especially now.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing where like if they did replace Shelley Hack, is that more of a reaction to poor ratings and that kind of stuff? So,
like you say, if it was a big jump for them for this week. To me, right? I think they had to think of something for that season premiere. Like if the season 3 finale for them was a clip show, post
That is crawling to the
Jackson,
finish. Yeah.
you're going to have to do something here to get people in. And I can already see the promo. You know, you can see it tying in. You have it during
Tonight, Charlie's Angels set sail with the crew of the Love Boat, and Bert Convy's a
but the
criminal with a
is,
heart of gold.
you have your Love Boat fans that watch this and go, number one, that what? And then number two, that second half, like, no. So I would love to see the bounce, not up, but bounce down in the weeks to come.
I kind of want to find the next episode of Charlie's Angels. I'm just curious. Now I'm just curious.
What it was?
Just to watch it. I'm just curious to see what a normal Charlie's Angels show is. They really hooked me with that. And the problem is, I don't think I like Charlie's Angels. I think I like Bert Convy, Bo Hopkins on Charlie's Angels.
Wow.
You know, so, and my guess is every week is not that level. So,
well, I don't know. Next week on Charlie's Angels, Angels go trucking.
Chris and lady Tiffany, truckers?
It could be lady truckers. I wonder if Sheriff, what's this? Chris and Tiffany go to trucking school to investigate an all-female trucking line whose cargo has been stolen under their very noses.
Oh,
Kelly goes undercover as a waitress.
Sassy waitress?
It's just waitress, just regular old.
So if that thing hooks into the BJ and the Bear with the 7 lady truckers.
Well, there's a character named Mother Trucker. Lucille Meredith plays Mother Trucker. So.
That's actually pretty risque for the time.
I did think when I was watching this, I felt the same way you did. I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to see what an interesting way to be introduced to this show. And if in a season 4 premiere with a new cast member, like you want to talk about awkward, like Bambi on ice sort of footing. Maybe they just thought this would be a home run. It's a new way to introduce a character. Smooth sailing. What could go wrong from here?
Yeah, I do wonder if it really how it went wrong, I guess. But again, like I said, I think she got more awkward from the beginning to the end of the episode. Like if they had flipped it where she was uncomfortable, it would have made
sense. It would have made so much sense. Yeah,
it was just odd. It was odd.
I wonder if that was the jump the shark sort of thing for them. Is this Angel like it kind of got?
Well,
weird.
It's hard to. I mean, to me, Cheryl Ladd's really good, so I don't know that I consider her, great. Even though she's a replacement. You know, it's like obviously she's really good, but it's like once you start going to the 5th person, and then it's like you're starting to get into like Joe Besser.
It's just then it's almost like that year the Duke boys were on strike.
Oh, when it was
Cousin Tyler, Van Duke and
Bowen. Who was it? It was something Van, right? It was
Van and Teddy or something. It was just ridiculous. Like you just can't.
Yeah,
enough. Unless you make a joke out of it, and that would be great.
Right. And I guess, and that's why I almost want to watch like the last episode, but I guess we'll also be able to see how she is when she comes on. I think it's like episode 20 or something.
I don't know. I kind of want to see the first episode now.
Well, I mean, that's just such a different show with Farrah Fawcett, I would imagine, right? So,
I'm surprised that didn't kill the show when she left.
I mean, good for them. They got through 5 seasons, but they obviously, I don't think were the juggernaut.
No. I can't. I bet you their ratings had to be so much better. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's an interesting show too because it's like it's got a lot of the same tenets as the Love Boat, but it's like all those crime shows, right? Where it's like guest star of the week and all that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But you get so much run out of the top person that I imagine if your top guest star isn't great, maybe it's almost like we always talk about with the crew where there's crew heavy episodes. Like I wonder if there's crew heavy episodes for them too that are, so
it has to be. It was interesting. I mean,
can you imagine if you're somebody who watched both this show and then the 2-part Alaska show, what an amazing week of television you got in early September.
4 hours of just joy.
Yeah. I mean, as we've now gone through, 8 and soon to be 9 episodes of the Love Boat, and nothing's come close to that for us this season. And then this thing is great. I hope their episode 2 isn't as bad. But
we'll see. Yeah, it did spark my interest, I will say, seeing
Yeah.
this.
I might try and see if there's a podcast for Charlie's Angels. If anybody knows of a Charlie's Angels podcast that is
Yeah, please.
good, nothing like something like ours. Like we don't want
Yeah, we don't want
something.
the audio clip. That
Yeah, I don't want a
nonsense.
16-minute
We don't want
Charlie's
that
Angels
guy.
podcast.
No.
I mean, we're going an hour here, and
mean,
we're not trying to go long.
no, we just drop it into this universe. Just yeah, I could see digging into this, to be honest with you.
Shout out to Judy Landers, who shows up as the cleaning lady. They try to do a little misdirection at the beginning. Now, Judy Landers and David Doyle were both on the Stubby winning season 2 best episode, even though they did not cross paths. So,
and Judy Landers was also on that A-Team episode about a cruise ship.
Really? Oh
yeah,
my God.
Yeah. You
And she's from Philadelphia, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Some woman in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, she was the woman in trouble on this episode.
Well, it was funny when she rolled in. I was like, I know she's not
There's no
Shelley.
way.
I know she's not the cop.
Yeah.
But I was like, really? They got her to come on for one thing? And then Love Boat had Judy Landers on, as a portal person? Like, that was weird. So
it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I thought this was an interesting exercise. Again, not a fan of what they did. I not to say they didn't besmirch the name of the Love Boat in any way. I just felt they kind of took more than they gave.
I know you didn't see it, and I don't know that this is a popular thought or not, but Abbott Elementary did a crossover with Always Sunny last season, and I honestly think it was the worst episode of Abbott Elementary last season.
I've never seen that show.
I know you had said that, and it. I don't know who to blame, and it was fine, but it was just that thing where the people who, they were in it the whole episode. Now, it's different for a half hour than 2 hours and all that stuff, but it was like, it was true to the characters, but it was almost like somebody had seen 2 episodes and then tried to write.
Much, man. It's too.
So there are versions of where you go too far and kind of aren't true to it. They didn't do anything to offend the Love Boat lineage here by any means, but it was less than I expected.
I'd almost rather in these crossovers, like, I don't need the entire cast to cross over, but maybe one person.
Yeah.
Like, that is like, if Julie was like, got kidnapped in the process of this.
You're always getting Julie kidnapped. Poor Julie.
Well, I'm just saying, like, somebody of an important role in I do kind of go to Julie getting kidnapped.
Poor Julie.
Yeah. Poor Julie.
She would have been all over Paul Hollister.
Oh. No, I think he's a little young for her.
That's good. That's a good point. He's a little too together too. He might be a little too together. She would have gone for the margarine, man.
Absolutely.
I love your bric-a-brac.
I love all your power and all your margarine.
Do you think we'll get? I don't think we'll get another crossover like this. I can't imagine.
No,
with everybody.
I mean, unless it's
Fantasy Island. Yeah,
that's the only one that makes sense to me. Anything else would be a tremendous stretch. Like, they'd really have to. It's got to happen on Fantasy Island.
Yeah. Anybody who's listening and comes across anything like this, obviously let us know. We'll keep an eye out for this stuff. But I would imagine this is the biggest crossover we'll get, just for the practicality of it. Although I guess, to your point about the A-Team, it's pretty easy to go on the boat, right? Even if you just have one person. So
just have one person.
Yeah.
Well, and the only thing with this is I don't like the Love Boat franchise at this point. I think for ABC is so big that you can provide some shine to other shows by doing like something like this.
Well, it'd be great if it was like a really crappy show that they do it for.
Right. They're not going to but also I could see if there was a crossover for Fantasy Island, I think you'd have the Love Boat people on Fantasy Island. I don't think you'd have the Fantasy Island people on Love Boat.
Well, that'd be weird.
Because I think, again, it's sort of it wouldn't make sense. It would be sort of, Love Boat doesn't need help.
Well, the other
Fantasy Island, but a Bricker episode of Fantasy Island,
right?
Come on.
But the other thing is, at some point, the worm turns, and it's the Love Boat that needs help, right? Yeah. And then I wonder what happens there. So now, obviously, their show is built on stunt casting.
Yeah,
maybe
they appear on like Three's a Crowd. It's one of those new Aftermash.
I forgot. I think sometimes I forget that. Like, I think Three's a Crowd will exist in the same timeline as this show, which is
I saw it.
crazy.
I remember watching as
I
a kid.
remember. Hey, Stubby nominee Robert Marsden's in that
That's
thing.
right. That's right.
So, and Stubby nominee John Ritter.
That's right.
We just need the wife. So.
That's it. I don't remember who she was. I don't remember the name, but
Vicky.
I just know it. The Regal Beagle was in there a lot.
Yeah, but somehow Larry Dallas wasn't.
Yeah, it was weird. That was weird. Yeah, interesting. Like I always say, Mike, utilitas ante.
I wish we named these things because that would be an easy title.
Yeah, piece of cake.
We only have one kind of gimmick segment here on these things, but would you recommend people search this out?
100%.
Yeah,
100.
I agree.
When I say is, if we're talking to our audience of people that are watching the Love Boat with us, 1,000%.
Yeah. It's neat for the Love Boat, although like we said, it doesn't do a lot. But as far as like late 70s television, it is outstanding. And I said this to our friend Dan, who loves garbage television as much as the rest of us. I said, I do not understand how Bert Convy did not become the biggest star in the world because he is so good in this.
He's so good. His timing.
And so effortless. And I am, like I said, I am really excited to see him in other stuff.
I'm excited to see him the next 6 times on the boat to see. Is this guy just going to be just like the belt, like Kenny Omega, the belt collector? He's going to have so many stubbies.
I also wonder if he's I think he's in the last episode just like everybody else is too, but I wonder if he's like a big part. You gotta give him a big bite of the apple
awesome. There. I wonder if he's gonna play Paul Hollister. It'd be
Paul Hollister, that'd be great. The difference between this and the first bonus boat that we did in terms of quality is staggering.
You can even just see just the film it was done on was just better. There's no. Yeah. You know what's funny? This is you could tell that this was an ABC show in to me I could in the way at which it was presented.
Yeah, ABC is really first class at this point.
Yeah. Big time.
And I guess so far the only thing that's been consistent with the bonus boats is helicopters. So
expensive helicopter shots. Yeah.
So what will be our next episode of the bonus boat? I do not know.
Never know.
But we can pop up at any time. Our next episode proper of the Love Boat will be episode 60, which is a 2-parter. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, the work has begun on that episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening.
In that episode.
Quality to be determined, but there's a lot of stuff, including the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And man, if you like acting,
wow,
this is an episode for you.
Yeah, the project continues. We're just plugging right along. I can't believe we're at episode 60 next time.
Yeah. So that one will be out at our normally scheduled date. I believe that's September 7th or 8th, whatever that Monday, the 8th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Monday after Labor Day. Yep.
But we want to thank everybody for listening to this bonus boat. And like I said, if there's anything that you want us to take a look at, whether it's something that is kind of related or very related, we kind of assume that we will be doing stuff where one of the crew members stars in something else, even if they're not the characters.
Oh yeah.
We'll probably try to find at least one for all those folks. We've definitely got a couple in the bag that we're excited about, but bonus boats are for the fans.
Fans, yeah.
Plus, it's a great excuse to see stuff. Like, I'm really excited that I saw this. Like, I'm glad that I saw Charlie's Angels. So,
you know, it's funny. I think I had a American Girl hangover. So at first I was like, and then I started watching it, and I was like, oh, it's okay.
Well, especially when they have a 17-minute helicopter crime to start with, like, no words. Like,
my favorite thing, I have 2 favorite things are Latin phrases and extended helicopter action shots. So
the only thing you needed was somebody wearing a top-bottom pajama up there.
Oh, stop it.
Also, shout out to the weirdest placement of the captain's table this week. It was just like...
It was a weird corner area. The captain was behind a ledge. It was a weird...
table on wheels, like,
and it looked like it was like a cheap table. Like the floors looked linoleum. I don't know if there was renovations on the Princess. I don't know what's going on.
How many how do I know where I'm having dinner tonight? When you eat with the captain, you eat at the captain's table. It's like, all right, Julie,
All
calm
right,
down.
great. 8 bells. Yeah, I got your 8 bells right here.
Yeah.
Stupid. Tell me what. Oh, and not gonna, 8 bells does not mean 8 o'clock, by the way.
What?
Yeah, it does not mean 8 o'clock. It's like every hour split into 4 equal parts, and if you count the it's not.
So were they late?
Probably 8 bells. It does not mean 8 o'clock. 10 bells is not 10 o'clock. It's a whole thing.
I meant to double check, but I think he gave full salute. I don't think he gave a 2-finger.
You know what? I just assume it's a 2-finger.
Yeah.
I just assume he doesn't. I don't know if the rest of his hand is paralyzed or he just does a.
I liked your theory that it was going to be 2 fingers for season 2, 3 for season 3.
Wait for 9. He's. All right.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for everybody for listening. We'll be back with our regularly scheduled episode 60 here in a few days. But until then, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.